And the 15th annual Google Year in Search is out this morning. The list showcases the year's top trending people, topics, and events. And here are the results of the top trending general searches. At number 5, Ronda Rousey. Number 4, Caitlyn Jenner. Number 3, American Sniper. Number 2, Jurassic World. And the top trend for 2015, Lamar Odom. Daniel Sieberg is the trends expert at the Google News Lab. Good morning.
Good morning, Nora. Good to be with you.
So what does it tell us that Lamar Odom was the number 1?
Yeah, perhaps a little surprising for folks. He was maybe not a household name before the tragic events in October, but I think it illustrates why people turn to search. They maybe heard something, they wanted to be part of the conversation, get some context, they were curious, and they wanted to sort of find out what was going on with them. And so we really saw that spike at that particular time.
Yeah, it's not like we were sitting around going, I wonder what happened to him, but when you hear that we almost lost him, all of a sudden it became very interesting to a lot of people.
Yeah, and these are, we should say, these are spiking, trending searches. This is not search volume. So when you compare this data to 2014, he really stood out as the top.
But is this especially true because of his relationships?
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly say because he's tied to the Kardashians. People might have known him from his NBA playing days. But really, we saw an amazing amount of interest just out of those tragic events in October.
Your list is so diverse, from Paris to Caitlyn Jenner. How does the list come together?
Yeah, so there's a whole team of data curators. I'm really just the tip of the iceberg of the folks who work on all of this. They look at the trillions of queries that go on over the course of the year, put this data together, 47 different categories. It's translated into 13 different languages.
Wow.
So a lot of information here that people can find at google.com/trends.
And there's a difference between most searched and trending.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really what we're talking about is those big spikes. Something happens, people want to hear about it. Even with Paris, for example, we know there was, of course, the Charlie Hebdo attacks, but then also what happened in November. People might have just put in the word Paris because they wanted to know what's going on.
And some of the topics include Ashley Madison.
Yeah,
well, that's for the top 10 list, what is?
Yeah, the what is category,
sure.
which is actually one of my favorite, I should say, because it really illustrates people want to know about a topic. What is Ebola? What is ISIS? What is something like 0 divided by 0, which was this response you got back.
That was the number 1?
Well, this was something that people were seeing on social media, and it was tied to Siri, Apple's voice recognition technology, and the response you got back was kind of funny and a bit snarky, so people were trying to figure out what it was all about.
Politicians?
So politicians, perhaps not surprisingly, someone like Donald Trump is on the list. Some relative unknowns, at least prior in the election cycle.
For most searched or for trending or for what?
For trending.
Okay.
So we had, folks like Bernie Sanders and Ben Carson who were relative unknowns before this election cycle to many people. But then you have Hillary Clinton, who's sort of a notable absentee. She's not on that list.
What does that say? What does that mean?
I think it says that people probably knew a good bit about her beforehand. Maybe she didn't have a big moment in the spotlight when people turned to search, other than perhaps the Benghazi hearings. But, she's maybe more known to people than some of these other candidates.
What are the top trending dog questions?
Top trending dog. I hear you're a dog fan, Charlie. So, those are sort of a mix of practical and just people being curious. So it's everything from why does a dog wag its tail to things like how do you train your puppy, the practical stuff that any new dog owner or puppy owner wants to try to figure out. There are videos online to help people figure this stuff out. And as a former dog owner, you're always kind of struggling with some of these issues. So.
And how do you keep a puppy from eating poop? Put salt on it?
I've heard I'm sure there's a lot of great advice out there. I am definitely not an expert.
It's not a problem.
I can help you with toddlers these days, but not dogs. So.
Well, it's a problem for some dogs.
Exactly.
People are asking about it. Thank you, Daniel Sieberg.
My pleasure.
Thank you for coming.